But lad, I always say this with every guest, lad. Let's go back to the start.
All right, let's go back to the start.
You know, how did you get into doing MMA and doing jiu-jitsu and stuff?
I feel like I had, like most people from like a newer generation like me and you, had like a natural progression into it.
Yeah.
So it was like, my dad is a jiu-jitsu black belt, one of the first UK jiu-jitsu black belts.
Pioneer, as they say.
Yeah, pioneer. So I was always like going down, basically when I had nothing else to do, I was like a young, shy kid. And I didn't have like much of a social life. I had bits, you know what I mean? But I wasn't like going out all the time and that. And just whenever I didn't have something on, I'd just go to the gym with my dad. But in them days, it was a little bit different. It wasn't like, there was like these days, kids classes all over the place.
Yeah.
You can jump in with 20 people your own age. Then I was like 10 years old and the other 10 people on the mat were 40 years old. Do you know what I mean? So I trained a little bit and then I come off and just mess about or whatever, do whatever I was doing. So it'd just be like a place for me just to kill some time, basically.
How big was you when you were 10?
I wasn't that big though, you know.
Wasn't you?
No, when I left school, I was 5'9".
Don't lie.
Yeah, I was when I was 16.
Was you?
And then between 16 and 18, I grew to 6'5" from 5'9". I used to have some bad growing pains in my back and that. I used to go for scans. Ask my dad. We used to go for scans and all that on my back and see physios because I thought there was something wrong with my back, but it just turned out it was growing pains.
Lad, that's crazy.
Wild, isn't it? It's wild. I know I grew loads.
What's that about?
Don't know.
10 inches or 9 inches or something in 2 years?
Absolute loads. And I was dead skinny as well. I was dead skinny. But yeah, I used to go and just go with my dad to the gym. So I trained a little bit before. And then I'd just always been to like boxing. There'd be no kids boxing. So I'd switch over to wrestling. I always wanted to do combat sports, but there just wasn't kids doing it at the time. Do you know what I mean? Then when I was about 14, 15, then I was kind of big enough to start training with adults. Do you know what I mean? Because there was no kids classes. And then I started it properly, I reckon, when I was about 14, 15.
So what was you weighing then when you was 15? As you say, you're only 5'9". That's what I mean, you're only 5'9".
No, I must have been. What was I, Dad, when I was 15?
About 70 kilos.
Yeah, about 70 kilos, yeah. I wasn't like mad heavy or nothing like that.
Yeah, when I was 15, I think I was like 50 kilo.
Yeah, but you're a naturally small... No, people my weight, like I've got a mate who's like my size, and he's been my size since he was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Most people like that, but I only grew when I was like an adult.
As you say, when I spoke to Forrest Griffin, lad, he said he was like 200 pounds when he was 16. And I just went, what have they been feeding you, lad? Like, how are you that big?
It's weird. I don't know how it happened. All natural. No steroids.
Yeah,
no
of
steroids.
course, that goes out saying.
No steroids
it is mad
included.
as well, though, because as you say, your dad's not a massive fella,
My
is
brother's
he?
my size as well, though. My
Is
brother's
he?
my size, yeah. My brother's my size. My kids are big as well for their age. I've got cousins, though. Cousins who are girls who are like 6'1", 6'2". Pretty big for a female.
Just runs in the family then?
Yeah.
Just them good
Just
genes?
Miss me dad, yeah.
Yeah. You jealous, Andy? No.
I tell you what, though, being big, I'm not even like freaky big either, but some people are like freaky big, aren't they? Like 6'10" and that. Like I struggle getting on planes, public transport, just being in public, in busy places in general. I feel like a bit uncomfortable because of my size anyway. But imagine people like 6'10".
Like Stefan Struve and that.
Mate, there's some big freaks out there, and I feel bad for them.
Like, lad, remember when you fought Volkov? How big was Volkov?
Mate, 6'9". He's
6'9".
tallest guy in the UFC at the moment. He's a big guy.
Yeah,
he is one big guy.
I remember seeing him in the hotel and just being like, whoa.
I remember when he came, I didn't think he was that big, and then he came for the face-off. And I remember looking up at him, and I was like, my eyes were level with like underneath his chin. Because I'm like, most people like that with me. I remember thinking, yeah, he is pretty big actually. He's a big guy, but I'm a lot faster than him. A lot faster than him.
Well, lad, you proved that on the night. You know what I mean?